Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. We're going to do it a little differently today, folks. I know you're usually listening to this podcast and you're like, boy, I love that theme song. And here comes Jamal, and then it's not Jamal. And you go, uh-oh, I'm scared. I don't like change. You know what, bud? Me neither. Hate change. Stagnant. I'm covered in moss. They say a rolling stone gathers no moss. Baby, I'm covered in the stuff. Green on all, not just the sides that doesn't face the sun. I think that's how that works. All sides. How does that work? I don't know. I don't do science. But to help me with science and to talk about food is my good friend and the second chair of this podcast, Reaves. What's up, Reaves?
What's up, babies? I wanted to see that go as long as possible.
It went long, and I apologize.
Well, no, I loved it because I wanted the audience, I always want to get into the mind of our listeners.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to think, is this the episode where it's just Bryan?
It's going to happen someday. I think.
It's bound to happen.
Last time you and I talked, last time it was just you and I, we practiced our solo shows.
Mm-hmm. So we both know they're good and we're practiced for it. But inevitably it will happen, probably outside of a new season.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, maybe even over the summer it could happen. But I want to get the fans to think when is it going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Because it will, but we want them always thinking they turn on the episode and they go, is this the time?
Yep. Yeah.
They look at the description. It doesn't make sense. They go on to Spotify. They check the chapters. Which, of course,
I don't have that on mine. I don't have that in mine.
Oh, you must not have the version that Jamal and I have. To our fans out there listening to us on Spotify, you can look at the chapters. Of course, we do write those chapter titles. Mm-hmm. That's not created by some kind of AI that Spotify has.
No, we don't do AI.
We write all of them, and then we went back and wrote them all for previous episodes too. But that's how.
Is it really? We did all of them.
If you go back any episode in the history of Pod Chef, and we're talking a lot about our own show, and we will continue to do that in this episode. There's a lot to talk about here. But if you go back into any episode, they've broken it up, and by they,
you mean you.
Yeah. Every chapter and given it a title.
Insane.
It's wild.
And what I would like to say about the chapters that you guys are breaking these episodes down into, they're very short.
Mm-hmm.
It almost seems like the episodes aren't about a couple things, or a few things spread out over an hour, but a bunch of different things that have no real ties to anything, just kind of meandering nonsense.
Yeah, just half listening, maybe on 15, 20 times, 25% speed or whatever, going really, really fast and just picking up a couple of words, being that seems right, that seems right, that seems right. Yeah.
You guys, I don't know how you guys' mind, I don't know how that shit works. That's crazy how that stuff works. And one day your mind's going to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, my mind and Jamal, when we work together, it's basically supercomputers.
Yeah. Which they used to think would be bigger than houses. But, and of course yours.
Yeah. I mean, we can't like go back and keep talking about things. Of course, last week I talked about the issue with my computer and how big they had gotten.
Cow drive your car and
yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. There was, and again, we can't get back into it, but of course there is like a Far Side like experience happening in my life where a cow drives my car. But we're not going to go back over it again. But I do want you to know that people wrote out again, our fans, asking about the very large computer that I had and the performance enhancing drugs that I believe them to be taking.
Yes.
After they had seen Zac Efron. And I came down to have a conversation and just kind of say like, hey, what's going on? I see you kind of gotten a lot bigger. You seem a little bit more agitated.
Yeah.
And the computer said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Get out of my room.
That tracks.
And then immediately got on the leg extension machine that I have. It started.
It's leg day.
Yeah, it was leg day, heavy leg day, but we're going to do a machine for it and start banging out some sets.
Yeah.
Like really slamming the weights down hard. It was like,
just so you know, grunting. Yeah. It's definitely, it wouldn't fly at Planet Fitness. It is for sure a lunkhead.
You be out of there.
Yeah, they'd ask you to leave.
They love to make those videos. Go into Planet Fitness, look around, drop the set.
See how long it takes them kicked out.
Wait for some person to come up and be like, hey, I guess I have to get you. That's how I work out, brother.
Just to see what would happen when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually sad, I think. I feel bad for the little pipsqueak that has to walk up to this massive supercomputer and ask them to leave for slamming the weights, of course.
Yeah. And then like the big guy that did it kind of gets in their face and is like, how about you make me? And then the pipsqueak takes off glasses and grows like 6 inches. Yeah, lets their hair down, muscles come out.
Purple shorts rip.
You start realizing that they have a cameraman behind them filming another video.
Uh-huh.
It's just all about like undercover nerd.
Yep.
Gets one over on bully.
Yeah, and that's Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that show is.
Yeah. Choose your own adventure sometimes.
I didn't do that one.
No,
I watch TV. You're not allowed to?
No, convicted felon. They won't let me make my own decisions anymore.
You could still run for president, though. Okay, folks.
I am.
All right.
So we can get into it. Not. But there is like... There is a part of it where, he went on his insane rant. But he did say, he quoted Billy Joel. I am an innocent man.
I think Billy feels about that. Did he respond?
He got his lawyers on it. He's gonna sue him for it.
Okay, yeah,
no
good. Deep pockets.
Well, speaking of deep pockets,
I
mean, we don't like to get into our finances. Are you being followed right now? I saw you turn looking over your shoulder.
My little sous chef was making noises, and I thought that it was throw up, but it is him licking himself. It is it's like a whoa kind of noise, and I was like, is he puking? And no, he's just got his tongue in his crotch.
So my sous chef. Let's talk about our sous chef. So
okay, this is the chapter.
So my sous chef, we were talking about licking. Mine likes to, and this gets kind of into the episode, sharpen his knife, which sounds a lot like licking his genitals. A lot of times at night, middle of the night.
Same.
Wake up, be like, what is that fucking sound?
Yeah.
Wake up. Oh, sous chef is sharpening his knife. Sous chef, please stop doing that. You don't need to do that now. Gross. You keep doing that again, I'm going to put you in the cone. Or the line. We have a line cone. It's very cute.
But still can't reach his knife, so that's what matters.
Yeah, no, he still can't. How are you supposed to sharpen your knives if you got that cone around? Yeah, no way. No way, buddy.
No, not happening. Yeah, my wife is constantly waking up and being like, I sleep like the dead. You cannot wake me up. I don't care if he's sharpening his knife all night long. But carries up and down. Stop it. And then picks him up, puts him down, lets him walk around, comes back. It's a whole thing. Sous chefs, man.
Sous chefs.
God bless them.
I know. They don't turn it off.
No.
Their love of cooking. And you know what else doesn't turn off? Our achievements.
Nope.
as a podcast.
No.
We're constantly, everything we touch turns into gold. Everything we do is win, win, win. No
All
matter
I do
what.
is win, no matter what.
Yeah. And you know, we've done it again, I guess.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the way to say it.
Oops. We've done it again. I did want to quickly, I just remembered why we'll talk about it a second, and then we'll do this.
Okay.
When we're talking about PEDs, as everyone knows, I'm watching The Challenge through all the seasons. Very good. We are now in, we just finished Rivals 3. Here's my new favorite thing that happened that is going on in The Challenge.
Okay.
Is Wes is no longer on the juice and has lost all of his fucking mojo. He 8 years ago in the show, 2008, 7, 6. He's jacked. He's huge. He's alpha. He's fucking mean. He's a terrible person. Now he's a little doughy, a little soft, very reserved. Still kind of a jerk, but like it's very different and very apparent that he's no longer on the juice. And I think most of them are like that. I think Bananas is like that. I think Zach's still on the juice. I think Zach stays on the juice the whole way through.
That would make sense with the anger. Is this a season? So one, you are completely correct. He denies it. If you try and look it up, he's like, "No, I just was working out, eating right, blah blah blah." I was like, maybe, but if you look at your real world season and what you look like, I think it's the duel is the one where he's like big.
Yeah,
like that doesn't. I mean, maybe it could happen, but maybe he's natty, but I doubt it. But is this a season where they openly make fun of the fact that he is not muscly and like they make like a fake, like a doll version of
no,
Wes?
that's maybe 2 seasons before they do the I am insecure doll in his bed.
What a nice show full of nice people.
Everyone is very nice.
Yeah.
This is a season that it's like Bananas and Sarah as a team, and not to spoil anything at the very end, we get the
that's an iconic season.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. This season that's starting now, Invasion of the Champions, not loving it, but the champs just showed up, so I think I'm gonna like it more. My friends are there now.
The one that is going on live right now? Or
no. We're in 2017.
Okay, all right. So have you gotten this? I guess this isn't really content. Sorry,
we should have done this before. We did. So folks know we talked wrestling before this, so you're not getting that.
A lot. We talked a lot about wrestling. We got it out of our system.
You're not getting that.
And if you do, feel free to write in and say, please stop talking about wrestling. I don't like it. But sometimes you probably don't know we're talking about it because it's very super.
We're not like saying specific. We're just kind of like jumping around, not giving any like specifics, just like saying things, but no context to them.
Yeah.
It has to be terrible for listeners.
Yeah.
The mind of the listener. They're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
we'll tell you
what's
going
on. We're talking about.
Yes.
We're winning. That's what
Yes. Speaking of challenge winning, yes. I got an email the other day, May 30th, day after my birthday. 39 and a half. No, wait, 39 and 1 days. Oh, God. My name is, I'll retract your name, redacted, and I'm the founder of FeedSpot. Okay, yes. FeedSpot.
Okay, ding, 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 ding. Have you heard of it? Well, no, but yes, I have now, and I'm sure a lot of people
have now.
Yeah.
I would like to personally congratulate you as your podcast, Pod Chef, has been selected by our panelist, as one of the top 10 Top Chef podcasts on the web. One panelist. Is that a panel?
One panelist is not a panel.
Does not a panel make.
But could be on a panel as one panelist.
And just one panelist felt this way.
But it could still be a panel, even though there's one panelist on there. That just means that there might be more panelists to join later for other shows.
No, they're coming, I swear.
They're coming.
No,
I'm the only one here right now, but just, let's go ahead and
give me the
started.
table. Give me the table. They're coming, I swear. I'll order for them.
Yeah. What do you think they would want?
Then there's a link, and then it goes on to say, blah, blah, blah. This is all, but I personally give you a high five and want to thank you for your contribution to this world. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
There's nothing we can do about it. Just being us is the gift that keeps on giving to the rest of the world.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is the most comprehensive list of top 10 Top Chef podcasts on the internet, and I'm honored to have you as a part of this. We'd be grateful if you could help us spread the word by briefly mentioning about the top 10 Top Chef podcast list in any of your upcoming episodes. Okay, great.
We did it.
We're doing that. So then let's go to the list. We've established that we're number 3. First of all, there's only 7.
Yeah,
It says 10, there's 7.
there are 7. I think if you want to see more, you maybe have to pay.
Yeah, there's a good chance there's a little lock and a button that says show 7 to 100. And if I click that, it says I have to request 100 Top Chef podcasts with emails, contacts in a spreadsheet or CSV file. Email us at, and there's the thing. So this person could send me an Excel spreadsheet of Top Chef podcasts.
which
I don't
I'm
want
down. And I mean,
You want it?
That's I don't have time.
Okay.
That's how you know you're dealing with professionals. Okay.
Yes.
What I was talking to a colleague about this the other day. What is the best, most perfect tool ever created? Excel.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone away, has it?
No.
No.
User
It's
friendly.
still user friendly. If you're kind of good at it, people think you're a fucking genius.
You can get a job.
Yeah. And so of course, podcast.feedspot.com, they know that too. And so
Yes.
they're using the best tools, just like they're promoting the best podcast.
Yes.
Chef.
Yes. So we established that we're number 3. Let me tell you who we beat.
Let's
Number-
get into the people that we stomp first before we get into the people that we're trying to grab at.
Just know that 3, it goes 3, and then it's a mile to 4. It doesn't say that, but we know it. 7. Again, there's 7 out of 10, not 10. Stephanie knows some shit. This doesn't seem to be about Top Chef. It is a weekly conversation between Top Chef All-Star Stephanie Seymour and her co-host Joel Murphy, where they discuss everything from grocery stores to catering parties to making dinner reservations. That does not say Top Chef.
No, it doesn't say anything about reviewing Top Chef. She was on Top Chef.
There's that.
I mean, if she wants some advice on how to make our podcast maybe more interesting, I would say start reviewing Top Chef.
At least do like 30 minutes of grocery stores, catering parties, and making dinner reservations, and then do Top Chef talk. And then, of course, that's some deets here. They have 14 episodes a year. I don't know how that works. They have a lot of Twitter followers. I don't know. Sick. Yes.
That's something we should maybe talk about.
Should we?
No.
Do we even have a Twitter? X. I'm sorry. X. We even have an X.
We don't. We haven't been X, Jamie Kennedy. But I could tell you that part of the data that they give you in this list, they give you Instagram followers, frequency of episodes, average length, and you would think based on that, if you look at every single other show, we probably should be last.
Right. Yes. There's quite a few podcasts that have numbers that are better than ours.
Everyone has Facebook, Instagram, Twitter followers. We have Twitter followers, 14.
14. Thank you, fans. Frequency,
1 episode a month.
That's
what
wrong.
They say, and that's fake news. Okay. This is the dangers of media. And then average length of episode 66 minutes. So a little over an hour. It is basically longer than every other episode. Yeah. Every other show on here.
Yeah.
But hey, despite all those things, content wise, we're riding number 3. Yeah. And everyone else is fucking eating our burnt rubbers. Okay. Yep.
It seems to me like probably never mind, I don't care about that. Number 6, Draw Knives, a Top Chef recap podcast. And they're back with a new Top Chef season to recap. Get excited as Bernard and new co-host Nadia. God, what happened to your old co-host? Huh? Probably murdered him, I think. Break down the every episode of Top Chef season 19. Okay, well that's a little dated.
Okay. Well, so I see your problem right now, which is that you haven't been making new content since what was that, 2021 maybe?
Yes.
So that's your first note, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Start recording again, and maybe that'll bump you up to 5.
Yeah. If you're trying to catch us, that's a good note. Also, tell us what your old co-host is.
Yeah, what happened? Murder? Because maybe change into true crime podcasts. A lot of people love those.
They in the underneath the fireplace in the house killed them all. Of course they did. There's the second season of that coming out. What are you talking about? He's in jail. What are you talking about? 5, Beyond Top Chef All Stars wrap up podcast. Although Top Chef is over for now.
Okay. First
Top Chef-
problem.
It
It's
never
not over.
ends.
It never one in our world. It never ends. We keep watching it. We're stuck in a fucking Groundhog's Day of our life that we can never get out of doing it. So it never ends, and it definitely doesn't end now because there's a live season going on. So that's your
Yeah.
first problem.
That's wrong. Tables cooking up, hungry, food sharing is the all-star lineup of Haley Strong. And then they have their credits. The Bachelor Wrap-Ups podcast, Josh Wigler, Hollywood Reporter, Emily Fox, post-show recaps, Kurt Clark, The Tabulator, and Mike Bloom, Parade Magazine, are going beyond Top Chef with a series of food-focused podcasts. Here's my note. You got to split the pot too much with that many hosts.
Yeah, too many hosts. I can't really think of any kind of analogy for this, but there's too many hosts in the podcast with too many ideas.
You're not going to get a show made.
You're not going to make a show. And can I add to this?
Yeah.
Your credits, cool as hell, bro. All these credits are so dope. I love all of them. And I mean, if you didn't have the other problems that I can easily see with this podcast, I'm shaking in my boots up in my, tower.
Ivory Tower.
Yeah, number 3.
Because again, Facebook followers 24,000, Twitter followers 26,000.
They're doing very well.
Instagram followers 14,000. Do one episode a week. Episode length average 82 minutes. That's long.
That's a little long. Here's what I'm seeing here. They're coming to an interview with that. I'm like, why are you interviewing for this job? You don't need this.
Yeah.
I look at these Instagram followers. I look at this resume. You don't need this. Why are you doing it? You don't need it.
No. Take a break.
Yeah. Leave a little for the rest of us.
Please. 4. Moms of Flavortown, which is a podcast from Rachel Stein Coleman Bloor. You have too many names. Put it out there. First note. Pick one.
Or just, RSCB.
Yes. RSCB, who is the winner of Worst Cooks in America. Okay. Why am I going to listen to you talk about food? You Worst Cook in America, season 1? I'm going to listen to you talk about food?
You're right.
For 59 minutes? Average length episode?
We are so bad at cooking that we can't even win that show. Okay?
We submitted. My video is me playing the ukulele, cooking food. Didn't get it. Not even as a joke contestant, like the William Hung of cooking. And I pitched that to them.
Man,
She cooks. She cooks. Oh, baby.
We also never got into the fact that we didn't get into awesome content.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. Again, what you guys have done, fucking dope as hell, bros.
Yeah.
You were on Worst Cooks in America? Hell yeah.
That's
Senior
good, yeah.
exec at Positive Jam PR.
Former latchkey kid raised on Food Network.
Dude, get out of town.
Congratulations. That's cool, man.
Yeah. That's cool as hell.
And they recap Tournament of Champions, which we've said on this podcast is a good show.
Yeah, we have confirmed, stamped, good show. Will we talk about it and review it? No.
No, we'll say random things like, oh, remember this and this, and you won't know what we're talking about. Of course we will.
Yeah, no. And then be like, was that a wrestling reference? No.
They're talking about belts and shit. Are you in wrestling again? No, food this time.
No, food this time. Duh. And so maybe that's the problem, which, first of all, moms,
Love them.
I support.
The best.
I support it.
I have a mom.
Me too.
Look at us.
And I think we have been nothing but supportive to women on this podcast.
Yes, we've had some on the show.
Yes. And they've been semi-disgusted by being on it.
Yes.
And also have helped keep us in line.
And anyone who... Yes.
We have to work on that.
Yeah. Anyone who's maybe listened to the podcast when we have women on and they say, oh, they talk over them a lot. At the beginning of the episode, we say, get in there. We warn them. We say, look, you got to get in there. We're going to keep going. You got to get in there.
Hey. Babe. It's a shark-infested water here. Okay? This is the Reagan administration, okay? You got to jump in.
Then there's us at 3. Good. Now, who beat us? Number 2. Those goddamn Pack Your Knives boys.
It has to be them, right? Who else could it have been? It's bad storytelling if like Pack Your Knives is not even on this list.
Horrible. And then it's not a credible list for sure then.
Yeah, and then the fans are saying, where is Pack Your Knives?
Yeah.
What happened to them? Fans are like booing, taking over the list, saying this is bullshit. Like
if the final boss Rock had shown up and like kissed Pack Your Knives and said like, I got this from here, and Pack Your Knives left, and then it's going to be Pack Your Knives, and it's going to be final boss Rock on this list, people are going to go, oh, we want Pack Your Knives.
Yeah.
Finish the story.
And now
it's wrestling.
Yes, and now it's wrestling, and you're welcome. I'm so happy that they're ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, think of it this way. If they had been behind us eating our burn rubbers, which I feel they already are,
Flavor Town.
What do we have to work towards?
Where do we have to go?
Nowhere.
No, nowhere.
We got to look around in our own butts?
Can't even do that. It's the opposite side of me.
Not possible.
No.
Can't
tried.
Hurt. Yeah.
Hurt my neck a lot.
Yeah, hurt my neck. I had to keep going to my chiropractor.
And
that guy is dangerous.
He do the thing where he just like goes and breaks you.
Yeah. Yeah, and also like I think he's on the run because every time I call him, he's like, "Oh, I have a new address now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'm in Minnesota." I was like, you're way away from where you were last time." He's like, yeah.
He's like, "Let me come to you."
Yeah.
I'll pull up. Get in the car.
Get in my van.
It is a van.
Yeah.
It is sweet though. It's like a VW van. It's like the bus. The old bus. It's sweet.
So cool.
He's got it tricked out too. He's like in the back. There's like a bed. He's like, dude, I get chicks in the back.
I don't have any problem getting chicks back here, dude.
No, you tell them
that I'm a chiropractor.
They say, "Oh, my neck hurts." Uh-oh. Deal sealed.
As a reminder, like, we support women. You know?
Yes. Come on the podcast. We'll let you talk.
Flavor Town, please come on to that. I promise you, after we show you a video of a bunch of sharks eating chum, to let you know what the mentality is like here, Wolf of Wall Street. Come on the podcast. I love him so much. I really do. Like I have no facts to back this up, but I feel like most of that he made up.
I think most of his movies are just like, nah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got the gist of it.
So great.
Number 1, the Olive Magazine podcast.
Of course.
This is who you want to be. We all have the Olive Magazine podcast on our vision boards.
Yeah. I mean, every Monday morning, I'm refreshing. I wake up just like, one of those things. I don't even set an alarm on Mondays.
Right.
Every other day I have to set an alarm because otherwise, 5, or else I completely sleep through it because of the intense medication I have to take at night to make me sleep because of the night terrors. But
no time.
Monday, I wake up early because I'm like, when is the Olive Magazine podcast coming out? And I'm constantly refreshing my podcast app, just waiting for it. And then it's like everyone, sometimes it breaks down because so many people are doing that at once.
Yeah, it's a little crowded.
And then finally it comes out. We're all listening, and it's like you got to go complete silent mode.
Yeah,
right?
Shut the fuck up. The Olive Magazine podcast is on.
Yeah,
honey, shut the fuck up,
honey. And again,
women. Love them. Support them. I got a mother.
And you know what? I support all that. All that stuff. I support it.
All that stuff you're doing? Love it. Keep doing it.
Good. It makes me I see it and I start crying. I get emotional about it.
I watch a lot of WNBA. A lot of it. Those girls can hoop.
They can hoop. And the stuff with the woman the other day in WNBA.
And the other one?
And the other one. They gotta stop with that.
Ladies.
Let her play the game.
Yeah, it's really in the right way.
And you guys be nice about it. Respect. But the Olive magazine, it's
Yes,
like I
the
got
Olive Magazine podcast.
everything on my phone silent, because you're as soon as you're done listening, you check your phone. 500 missed calls.
Where are you? Answer your phone. I'm danger. I'm at the hospital. Bring $500,000. They won't give her back unless you show up. There's all the like Amber Alerts that are on there too. Those cars are gone, baby. I've been listening to 25 minutes of the Olive Magazine podcast. Those cars are out of my purview. They're out of here.
600,000 Facebook followers.
That is a lot.
So, 3 episodes per week.
That is also a lot. And what makes what's bad then is you describe Monday morning, baby, there's 2 other days of the week like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, how do you get anything done? You don't.
No, you don't. It's like I'm working, at this point, I'm working like 3 days a week.
Oh, yeah. You're working Saturdays.
Overnight, yeah.
Yeah, just to catch up. But they're number one. The Olive Magazine podcast is brought to you by the food and drink obsessed Olive Magazine team. Hosted by deputy editor Janine Radcliffe every week. I mean, I don't need to read this. People know this stuff.
You know this.
So
we got a good website. It works.
Oh my God. That's so nice. I mean, so again, we came third, respectable. It's kind of what we wanted.
Yeah.
If it was like higher, like again, 2 is like, what are we chasing? 1, that doesn't make sense because the
Olive Magazine podcast
we're living in some bizarro world where that doesn't exist, which I can't even like figure out what that is.
No, yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. It's like when you're in movies and like, you have a movie star in it and they're talking about movies and you're like, okay, so I guess in this world we're pretending like, Forrest Gump didn't happen.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
So that like that this movie happened and that's real, but you didn't exist in that other movie that I saw that's also real. Then what's going on?
Yeah. No. And then I can't watch this movie, which is why I turned off the terminal.
Yeah. Scared of planes.
Yeah.
They're so big. They go so fast. Well, so there you go, folks. That is the Feed Spot top 10 best Top Chef podcasts. That's 7. We're 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's do a segment we do every week called Chefs I Prepared for You. We go around. It's less of a round, more of a back and forth. And say we have dinner last night and only last night and describe it like we're describing it to the judges of Top Chef. There will be a winner that we will not vote.
Mm-mm.
Even though you can vote for a felon, but you can't vote if you are a felon. Ominous. I'll go first. Chefs, last night, I tried to prepare for you sauteed morels and pasta, butter pasta morels.
That sounds good.
Here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
Morels scare me.
Hmm.
Because you type in the internet how to morel, and they're like, if you don't morel properly, you die.
Yeah, then it's like poison, basically.
Yeah. So, and they're like, make sure you got a good guy who gets them for you. Guy get them for me at the farmer's market. He a good guy?
Okay, you trust him. Mushroom guy?
Mushroom guy. He looks cool.
Well, if you can find a mushroom guy that looks cool and that you trust,
yeah,
you hang on to that mushroom guy
for your life. You get your carabiner and you hook to his carabiner and you are attached at the hip or the wallet or the keys, whatever your carabiner is on.
Yeah.
So first things I did is I sauteed the morels and then I put butter and did all that stuff. And then I was like, you know what? If I cook them longer, they won't be as dangerous if they're dangerous. So what I did is I burnt the fuck out of them. And while I was doing that, I was boiling my pasta, which I bought a very thick, like number 61 Mizzatoni Regatoni thing, these big thick circle things, which the bag said cook for 14 minutes. My brain went, no way. Pasta, 14 minutes? No way. It takes 3 or 4.
Wrong.
So I'm waiting for my pasta to cook. And my morels are toast. They're fucking burnt. And I'm like, that's good because then they won't make me sick.
Mm-hmm.
I try to eat them. they're no good. This no bueno.
Yeah.
It's burnt. I burned the butter. I burned the garlic. It's all tastes like crap. And I'm also afraid I'll get sick, so I don't eat it.
Mm.
What I have for dinner and said is peach yogurt.
I love peach yogurt. It is my favorite kind of yogurt.
There's not enough peach in it, but it's very good.
Okay, so was it bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That's
like
nice.
you get strawberry or blueberry, ton of strawberry, blueberry. Peach, they're stingy.
Yeah, they're not going to give me those peaches because it's like everyone wants them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thank you.
That the fear of cooking is real.
Yeah.
So you didn't even get to the point of making the sauce, right?
My idea was that the butter that they cooked in would be a sauce.
Oh, so this was all off the dome. You were just gonna create there was nothing.
I sort of thought that's how that worked. I was reading something that was like you got to do the glaze the pan thing, whatever, with the white wine. But then also internet said don't mix alcohol and mushrooms. So I was like, all right, people like buttered noodles, and
is that what they were talking about?
Buttered noodles, people love. Morels, people like.
Yes,
that makes sense to me.
I think you could probably. This is one of those things that I do think if Jamal was here, he would probably know the facts here. But I think you could probably make the sauce. It might be a situation where it's like you cook the mushrooms, remove them from the pan, then using what's left, then you make the sauce, then roll in the pasta, and then kind of top with the mushrooms at the very end.
Once it's been burned off, off.
Once so you're not necessarily cooking it all in there at once. You're just adding it at the very end.
Yeah.
I think that might have worked, but
maybe next time. But I'm still scared of the mushrooms, and
I get it.
I've had them before, and I didn't die. But
it's good.
You never know. You get a bad batch,
and then it's over. That's how it happens for everyone that's been killed by them.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't die the first time.
Life. Yeah. Oh, guess we'll do it again.
Yeah. Then bam, skeleton.
Croak. Yep. Skin ripped off your bones.
Chefs, I prepared for you creamy chickpea pasta with spinach and rosemary, minus spinach.
Okay, with rosemary.
Yes.
You sub something?
So here's what happened.
Always a story.
I could have sworn I had spinach. So when I got to the point,
frozen or fresh?
Oh, fresh. Yeah, I get fresh, but I should get the frozen.
Pretty gross though. Frozen spinach looks terrible.
I had an incident with spinach back in September. Spinach or chorizo. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to get the detective to interrogate.
Yeah.
But one of them did me dirty and got me very sick. It got my wife very sick too. And now I've been very scared of it. Both of those things. So there was spinach. I know there was spinach. But again, I don't trust it. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it ran off. I don't know. It wasn't in my fridge.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking substitute spinach. Good. Glad it's gone. Didn't want to deal with it anyway. Didn't have kale. Didn't have
you had
arugula.
No fiber screen.
Didn't have any of it. So I was like, it's not happening. I'm not putting it in there. And so it was fine.
Yeah.
But it definitely does need the green to it. And I should have probably tried something. Maybe put broccoli in it. Yeah. It needed
Yeah, broccoli would have been good. When you say chickpea pasta made out of chickpeas or chickpeas and pasta, heavens no. They make that though.
They do. I've had it. It's okay. It's not bad. It definitely does taste like chickpeas.
Okay.
Like you can when you have it. If you have it a lot, you like it. And then if you go back to pasta and then try chickpea pasta once after that, you're like, this is gross. I'll never eat this again.
Yeah, it's like the fake meat thing, I'm sure. If you're a vegetarian, you're like, this tastes the same. I don't miss burger. Then you have burger and you go, oh.
Yes.
This is the better thing.
This is
it's horrible
better.
And I feel bad about it, but like this tastes better.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
so
that.
Separate the two. It was good, but yeah, it needed a green, so I did fail it. I did fail the recipe there.
Was it still good though?
It was fine. I think I oversalted it, to be honest.
Too much seasoning.
Yes.
That'll happen. So we don't vote anymore.
No.
What's the name of this episode? Lay it all on the table.
Lay it all on the table, baby.
and we'll be right back.
Pod Chef.
Top Chef talk starts at 40 minutes.
Only 2 people. And we went for it. It's okay. I can speed through this.
Yeah, this is the part that people hate. We got you, folks. Don't worry. We'll get you through this.
Don't worry, babies.
We're the number 3 Top Chef podcast. We're going to talk about Top Chef, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it right now.
Oh, are you going to Pod Chef me back in? Because isn't there usually 2, or did I make that up?
You made that up. We did a bunch the other day because Jamal kept saying Door Country.
I think that's what fucked me up.
Then there was that one time that we like went back in time, did all that weird like travel through. We got stuck in like a time continuum loop. I'll Pod Chef you in again, baby. I love doing it. You want to do it?
I would love to hear that. Yes.
All right, let's fire that shit up.
Pod Chef.
Hey, babies, we're back to all the fans that only listen to this part. This is Top Chef season 21, episode 11. Lay it all on the table, baby.
Yep.
So we open on all the sleepyheads waking up from a nice sleep. We see Savannah in her room, and they do show us her mirror, which has been cleaned. I see.
No more the ramblings of a madman on it. No more.
Yeah. No more, conspiracy theories trying to connect all the dots on what's coming next. Maybe she got wind that they were taking, shots of that and they were filming it. She was like, I gotta get rid of this.
It's on something else now, of course.
People will know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tattooed on her
back.
On her abdomen and back.
Yeah. Yeah. And only the mariner can read it. Dan misses his wife. Uh-oh.
We get a couple of Missy here. They set it up. Savannah misses her boyfriend. Manny misses his fiance.
Yes, we see a lot of people and their significant others to be or whatever partners. So it's basically putting a target on everyone's back here.
Yeah, it's no one saved this episode.
Also, Dan tried to be on Top Chef 13 times.
Yeah.
And
at what point do you stop doing it? I've auditioned for Harold at UCB, I think 6 times, and I feel like a loser. So 13.
I'm just going to be on magnet teams. I don't need UCB.
It's just the name. The teams they're probably better at the magnet.
They only put Decepticons on teams now at UCB.
And Padma, of course.
So before the chefs arrive at the Top Chef kitchen, we see Gail, Kristen, and our friend Tom.
Big T.
And what's he doing? He's cooking up a dish.
He's cooking.
And we start with Gail saying, what's happening? What are you making, Tom? What's the inspiration for this dish? And it sucks.
He's like, I don't know, Thai something.
He's like, I don't know. It's like Thai. I'm making this up. This is art. This is fucking jazz, baby. Man. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling the instruments. I'm feeling the beat, and then I'm just going with it. And so Tommy Boy, he makes a little lobster dish, and he makes Kristen and Gail eat it.
While he watches.
Yeah, while he watches. Kristen says a swear. She says
she does.
The kids would say this is, and she swears. And you don't know it's bleeped, but I'm pretty sure she's saying jizzes, because I think a lot of the kids today say oh, this jizzes.
Gen Alpha is saying this jizzes.
Oh my God, this lobster jizzes.
That beat jizzes.
Yeah.
That pasta you made last night, Mom, jizzed.
Hey, Mom, this jizzes. Fucking delicious. And again,
she's like, I don't get it, but I love him.
Yeah.
Cleaning dishes. Love women.
And that's real support, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready to come in, and she says, put the kibosh on it. Put the kibosh on it.
Yeah, get this out of here. I don't
Cover it up.
I don't want him to see it.
Cover it up.
Tom apologizes to everyone for his behavior as producer and, showrunner of Last Chance Kitchen. He said, I've been all over the map, okay? I think we all know it. I think we all know why. This season has really been a shit show. Okay. There's nothing I
Yeah,
can do about
I had
it.
to step in. I'm sorry.
As a producer, I'm trying to fix it, and
I'm retconning the whole thing. It's tough. We're just
Yeah.
going on the seat of my pants. I'm like jumping out of the parachute and building the parachute. I'm on a plane, building the parachute on the way down. Decepticons, UCB Herald team.
he said, "Don't worry, I'm only bringing one back. I'm not gonna do whatever it thinks I'm gonna do. Okay, and bring
back 2 people.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm only gonna bring one person back. And who comes through those doors but Laura?
She's here, and people seem mixed reactions.
Yes, it's a lot of like the kind of fake girl, kind of like, hey.
Danny seems mad.
Yeah, so my wife pointed this out to me. I think she's right. I think they're kind of doing Laura dirty in her edit. So I don't think people really care too much. They're kind of like, oh, Laura is, maybe there's not like strong feelings one way or another. But they're really trying to frame it as like Danny is like, fuck Laura. I can't believe she's back. I hate Laura. When I don't think he really cares too much.
No.
And Dan mentioned something very interesting, which I think is they haven't really put this in her narrative. That Laura is maybe the best chef coming into this competition.
Why did we haven't heard that at all this entire time? Like that's brand new information.
And that's an interesting story. I mean, maybe she goes out very soon, so it doesn't matter. But like, if that's the story, like if she goes deep and makes it to the finals, that should have been the story the whole time. Is that she's the best coming in, she's not performing, and then now she like gets it together and gets her flavors. So back to the nonsense that we saw from Tom first. This quickfire challenge. The chefs had 30 minutes to recreate the mystery dish from Tom, which later is revealed to be Asian lobster stir fry. So to figure out the identity of the dish, each contestant was allowed to ask him 4 yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm.
They do a series of questions at the beginning, and then they start cooking, and then questions they have a little open mic situation.
Manny has doing karaoke. Tom goes, "Yeah, we are."
Everyone laughs.
Smoke your ass at it, he says.
They are also permitted to look and smell, but not taste.
Can't taste.
No tasting. The gross thing that we've already eaten. That's gross. They can't taste the dish, but they can smell, and you do see them stick their gross noses in there.
Yeah,
over and over again. And
a lot of close.
They're all sick. So before they get started, everyone does a round of questions, and they really zero in on this because people ask very broad questions, like Dan or Danny. Danny asks like, "Is there a protein?" Dan asks like, "Is it a protein?
Is it from the sea?"
And then Manny says, "Is it porridge?"
Is it porridge?
And they really do him dirty, I feel like, in this edit, because I'm pretty sure this is a cultural thing where maybe he was trying to say like chowder. Is it a like because they lobster, or he was thinking like maybe like sea, and so he was like chowder, but they were really like, they cut to Dan, who I wonder, is Dan mean to people, and we don't see it a lot?
Maybe they're cutting it.
Maybe they're giving him a good edit.
Yeah, hey, he's probably getting good at it.
Probably because he's from Wisconsin.
He's a Scotty.
So
yeah, it's not, Manny's not a little girl in a bear's house tasting porridge. That's not, he meant chowder.
No, he meant chowder, of course. Duh. And he doesn't make any other mistakes later at all with his questions. His questions are all smart and good, except for the fact that he makes a decision and he's like, I'm going to let them ask questions. I know it has tomatoes. I'm going to make a tomato sauce. Immediately someone asks, is there tomatoes? Tom says no. And he's like, uh-oh.
There goes this.
Gotta throw this shit out. Yeah, Dan goes over to sniff the dish and then pulls a mic away from Tom to ask a question. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of a boss move. He takes Tom's mic.
Yeah. Asks if it's Asian. And Tom says, I guess. I don't know, but that feels racist, what you said. Laura, this is great. Laura almost, speaking of the tomato question, almost asked the same question twice. Someone asked the tomatoes, says no. She's like, does it have any tomato? And then like Savannah like pushes her the fuck out of the way. It's like, no,
you're wasting our questions.
Yeah. And so Savannah, story here, Savannah catches on that this was cooked in a wok and this is probably a stir fry.
She did it because she saw woks in the kitchen and there had never been woks in the kitchen until this day.
Yeah.
That's some fucking you're playing the game at this point.
Yeah, she's a fucking bloodhound, and she's also probably a psychopath if she's taking an inventory of every single thing that's in the kitchen every time she's there. Just see if
What
there's
could
any
I
differences.
murder someone with?
Yeah,
What is?
okay? There's no walk today. That means I can't bang Dan on the head with that walk. I really wanted to. Okay, so time is up. Judges do their rounds of tastings. It's very clear that Savannah probably has this in the bag. She's the one that is closest to it. They even comment on it when they're eating. A lot of people make curries. They could smell that there was like some curry spices in there. So the winner here, and on top we have Savannah. Michelle, hers look wise was there, so look was a big part of it.
Although
as
they
well.
didn't do a sauce.
Yes,
was Michelle, right? Yeah.
Yes. So look wise there, no sauce. Dan, he got a lot of the ingredients. So Tom at the very end started kind of like listing off all the stuff that he had. Dan got a lot of them, so they were impressed by that. But ultimately, Savannah, who did lobster stir fry with red chilies, bok choy, and garlic, fish sauce, and soy sauce, she won. Now on the bottom, Laura, too salty. No, thank you.
No.
Manny, too much lime juice.
Too sour.
And then Danny tasted good but looked nothing like it. He like basically did a curry thing.
Yeah, I was way off.
Great. So
this opinions, I'm glad that this had nothing to do with the final result of the elimination challenge, because this was a fucking stupid. It was fun to watch, but I don't think this should have like taken into account like how you do in the show. It's kind of a crapshoot. Like it's not really fair.
No, it was more of Tom fucking around with people having, he loves being a puppet master, fucking around. Just like, no, that doesn't have anything in it. No, ask me a bunch of questions. Yeah, I'm glad too. It wouldn't have been fair for it to factor into the end.
No.
Also, that whole part of the show now is stupid. So this is another reason why they shouldn't do it. So the elimination challenge is taking kind of inspiration from art, and a lot of like what's going on in the scene right now. They are supposed to create a living table experience. So that means the chefs were asked to plate their dishes directly on the tabletop.
No plates. The table is your plate.
The table is this is your canvas.
This is your canvas, and food is your paint.
Yes, food is your paint. And I also eat paint too. That's why I'm so sick all the time. Okay. So if paint is an ingredient, sign me up. And then sign me up to throw up later. But that's my life, brother. And as a reminder, Danny won last week, so he got an extra 30 minutes cook
30
time.
minutes.
Big deal.
That's a lot of time.
Especially considering he had some issues, which we'll get into. But I think that extra 30 minutes kind of helped him get a little bit ahead of everything. But he's also good. So I feel like
you know what he's doing. Yeah.
So chefs start thinking about what they're going to do. They go to Whole Foods. Manny says he's doing a risotto. Immediately, I'm panicked.
Idiot.
I'm terrified for this guy.
And he's like, I know what you're thinking. Risotto's cursed in Top Chef. And we get flashbacks to risotto curses.
Yeah.
This rules. They don't do this shit. I think I've never seen this before. And if I have, I forgot.
Yeah,
because I don't pay attention.
Yeah, I forgot it. Our life is a blur. Plus, we review every single episode of Top Chef, so maybe we haven't gotten into it yet. But they show there. It's happened so many times that they showed it for every host, and even Kristen, because it happened with Kevin, our resident French idiot. So, but yeah, still, Manny's like, nope, I'm going to do a risotto.
I'm good at
it. Dan talking some shit. Talks about how he's pretty sure that if you put risotto on a table, because of the temperature change, it's going to seize up, and that ultimately is kind of what happens for our buddy Manny.
That's just like a paste. You can put paste on the table, it's just gonna splat.
Yeah, just put paint down.
Yeah, they're gonna eat it. They love that.
They love that shit. They love it. They're gonna eat it. They can't. It's more of a disease that they can't not eat the paint. It's just. I mean, it seems bad, but just do it. Danny's making a paella, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I would do a paella.
Big, huge, giant thing. That's what you would do?
Oh, fuck yeah. Except for I'd be very, which this happens in the episode, scared to cook any kind of seafood for Tom. Tom's a real stickler for seafood and for mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And rice, and that whole thing is rice and seafood. That's like all it is.
That's all it
like,
is.
That's so easy to fuck up, rice and seafood.
All the things that he like is a real stickler for. So back at the Top Chef kitchen.
Can I say one thing?
Please.
In the Whole Foods when they're shopping, I'm pretty sure I hear Laura say that she's done this before at 111 or some, she named some restaurant. Did that happen? She was like, I've done this before and she named off the name of a restaurant. Because then she says, I've never done this before.
I don't know.
I think I took like 2 notes, and that's one of them. Is that I thought she said, I've done this before at like some
I remember
it. Number.
This is great content. She had done the type of thing where you plate on a table.
Uh-huh.
So she talked about how like I've done this before. I've done shrimp boils. I've done this kind of thing, but maybe not this exact concept that she is doing on the table.
Okay.
Before. Important thing to point out though, because ultimately Laura does very well. So yeah, back at the kitchen, some story points here. Savannah's having trouble with her octopus, who is also a teacher. We know that. Okay, we have to learn from our octopuses.
Carrie's reading a book right now that involves an octopus. That she reads like, I don't know what kind of book she reads. I'm not going to ask. I don't want to know. Don't ask, don't tell. And it involves an octopus. And I did ask a question. I said, does the person fall in love with the octopus? She told me no. She said the octopus like gets into little scamps throughout the book. He like gets out of his little tank and he does things and messes with stuff. I think he's kind of like the meet cute thing. I'm not going to ask any more questions because I'll find out something I don't want to know and I'll look at her differently.
Yeah. She's like, no, but don't read the book. Don't
touch the book.
Don't look at it. It doesn't. Oh wait.
It did.
Oh yeah. It did.
Licks the finger, turns the page.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Here's a 20. Go see a movie.
Go put on the Olive Magazine podcast. Get the fuck out of here. Don't gotta tell me twice. Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
So the chefs finish up. They head back to the hotel. And we get everyone's, doing art time, designing what they want their table to look like. And people kind of talk about what's their artistic influence and their artistic background. We find out that Michelle was an actress and a performer that way. And then Manny just very, very just matter of fact drops
it out there
that he was in an emo band that had 3 albums.
Love it. He says he's an elder emo. And I've Googled it. I Googled it. Reddit Googled
Me too.
it. I couldn't find it, but Reddit said that the band is called Super 8. And the problem with that is that's hotel.
Yes.
So when you Google Super 8, you get hotel.
Yeah.
But I want to know what this is because, folks, I'm going to put it out there. I'm also an elder emo. I do it. I love it. It's my thing. I'm into it.
So, Bryan.
It's my kink.
It's your kink. I know this. And to all our listeners, Bryan had a birthday recently.
I did.
And I didn't get you a gift. Until now.
If you would. Oh.
So I know you would want more information on this as an elder emo.
Yes.
I tried to find songs. Could not find them. I wanted to listen to it. I wanted to see videos. Couldn't find anything. However, I could find titles of some of the tracks.
Amazing.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And the thing that is most interesting about this is like you can tell that Manny was already thinking ahead that he was probably going to transition to being a chef.
He had one foot out the door.
Yes.
And in the kitchen.
Yeah. And it kind of, I think, was bleeding a little bit into his art.
Okay.
So we have some titles here. First one on the track list is Cute Without the E, comma, ahead of cauliflower. We have track number 2, Sugar, We're Going Down Over Medium Heat for 15 minutes.
We took an hour to get to this. Love it. I love it. This was fucking here waiting the whole time.
We have The Taste of Squid Ink Pasta. We have my juliennes over you. And then our last one here is screaming spaghetti.
Screaming spaghetti.
Well, it doesn't
Spaghetti.
exactly work. So it's
Yeah.
screaming spaghetti.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm there.
Yeah. So those are some of the tracks from his album. So like I said, I think you kind of hear in it. It's a little subtle. But you kind of hear at it.
You gotta have both feet like I do in the emo and food world to know, and you also apparently to pick up on those.
Yes.
And the band influences are there as well. Taking Back Sunday, they used Fall Out Boy, Newfound Glory, Deathwork Confessional. It's all there.
It's all there.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
This is content. This is good shit, people. You waited an hour for this. You got your money's worth.
Yeah, right.
I did at
They
least.
didn't wait an hour.
I did.
They skipped 40 minutes. So the next day, the next day, everyone goes back into the kitchen again. Danny's in there early. He's cooking. His friends show up. To paint the picture a little bit, it's in their kitchen. So they're not going to another restaurant. They're in the Top Chef
home
kitchen.
base.
So they're cooking. Again, he gets 30 minutes. Friends come in. He's like, I wish you weren't here. Danny burns his rice. Oh my God. Oh, wow.
You see what that says?
Yes.
I have a new
Perfect.
Bangladesh shirt on.
I thought you'd like it. So Danny burns his rice. The bottom is burnt, but is the top okay? Yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
I thought that's what that was, though. Like paella is bottom burned rice.
I think so. That might have been part of the problem. Is it is supposed to be crispy, but it's not supposed to be burnt because, like, he makes the comment that he's like, it's bitter, it doesn't taste good.
Okay.
So I think that's which cooking rice in general probably shouldn't have been a problem for anyone at this level. But like, I think to get that exact kind of crunchy layer, you have to time it a little bit well, or else you get on the side of like bitterness. But anyway, he pretty much fixes it, and then the issue becomes he's like, will I have enough? He does. He just kind of stretches it out
and makes it. Well, I guess he filled his like space. He had the space like measured out. He says, I measured it.
Yeah. He had freaking painter's tape.
Yeah.
To get it exactly how he wants it.
He says he's doing a Basquiat, which he says what Basquiat would do is he would start a painting and then do a different painting over top of that painting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. And I lived in Brooklyn. So.
Yeah. If anyone's going to know it.
Should have been me.
Yeah. Should have been me.
Also, I'm halfway into Dog Day Afternoon. What a fun flick.
Incredible performances.
A romp.
Can you believe a story like that came out when it did? It's unbelievable. If anyone hasn't seen Dog Day Afternoon, go see it. It's unbelievable. It's
Be like me. That's
piece.
what I'm doing. I'm watching it now. I've never seen it.
It's incredible. Yeah. So what happens is the judges just sit down kind of in the middle of the Top Chef kitchen.
Yeah.
Nothing there. And then stagehands come and lift in a table and put it in front of them. And at one point it's like they also lift it and take it away. And Tom just sits there like a child and goes, bye. Bye-bye.
Danny puts his shit down. They love Danny's shit.
Yeah. They're loving it. They're like, it's very thoughtful. The rice has good texture. He nails it.
They love the thing. Kristen says no notes.
No notes. So Dan's goes down next. Dan, of course, he's all about the beets. There's a whole thing with Dan's like, oh, my beets aren't going to be fully cooked through, and he sous vides them, and they're fine.
They're fine. This is the beet thing that he pitched for Restaurant Wars.
That's right. Beef
He wanted
tartare.
to do the beet. They went to the beet tartare. They didn't do it. Which I guess was good. Did his team win or lose? I don't remember. Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
But he did it now. Now it's his time. Beets is time to shine. Let's go Beets.
And it's let's bring out the beets. It goes very well, so well to the point that Kristen, I thought this actually was pretty funny. He makes these kind of like
puffins.
Puffins is what he calls them.
Is this new? Did he invent these?
He was trying to make something else. Like a flatbread, I think is what he was trying to make, and it came out that way, and he was like, I'm rolling with it. So she takes two, puts the beets in between, and makes a sandwich and bites into it. It's very funny.
Then throws it down.
Yeah, throws it down.
It doesn't even try. Yeah. You got no plates. The table is your trash and plate. So yeah, go for it.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. Again, Manny struggles. Risotto is too tight. They put it down. The judges are like, this all looks like a mistake. These things.
I thought he wasn't going to serve it. Because here we go. I didn't think you put shit on the table afterwards. That seems like knives down. Like they're like Laura did her whole thing after she put the table down.
We could just talk about Laura. Like, again, Laura obviously does very well, but she has like 5 stage. It was to the point of being comedic that she would be like, okay, I'm going to pour this over. And then she would like disappear and then pop up and be like, now I'm going to put this over. And then she's like, and now this life preserver I'm going to put on top of it. It
You
was
weren't
so many
done.
things. Yeah. It was very dramatic. Hers, again, it did
Chewy
look
ice
like she put,
cream.
yeah, here's some ice cream. It looked like she put like a car tire on it. But
They
everyone
fucking
loves
love
it.
that shit. They love that shit.
Chewy ice cream. Have you had chewy ice cream?
No.
I haven't.
Where do I get it?
I don't know. Where fans write in.
Where do I get chewy ice cream?
Tom was talking about it. Tom hasn't talked to us in a while, so I don't. It seems like this is something we should be aware of.
He won't tell us.
No, he won't. We keep asking. And
He's gatekeeping.
Yeah. Tell us what chewy ice cream is and where we can get it because we want to
He
try
said
it.
it's like ice cream and mochi had a baby. Which,
Yeah.
aw.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Congrats.
Oh. Little mixed race baby. I could say that. Right?
The seafood for Manny is also overcooked, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
You can't get that by Tom. You could tell he's got a face on as soon as he eats it. As soon as like,
Yeah, they hate
this
this.
is over. This is over. Can't do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do like a juxtaposition between Laura planning her dish, and there's this wonderful orchestral music, and she's like dun dun dun. She's like fucking Amadeus, and then it's like Savannah is going absolutely. Oh no, it's Michelle is the one that's like going crazy and compact, and so Michelle puts her dish out, and the problem here she will try to go with mosaic. But all she gave them was like basically the size of a dish food
so
and this
small.
massive table.
It was so small.
so
I felt
much negative
so
space.
bad. I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think she was. I think as soon as she put it down, she knew she should have just tried to pivot and do anything else.
Yeah. They were like, where's the rest? And she's like, this is all I got. And they said, why did you do this? And she was like, I wanted to do it for, she said one was like visual or something like that. And also because I didn't have time. No, there you go. That's the real answer.
That's the real answer. They're like, don't come over here. Don't put this shit on here and lie to me about it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me this way. You tell me the truth.
You fucking with me?
You fucking with me? Did
You're
you
not
have
gonna
time?
fuck with me, are you?
You didn't have time? Okay.
You're not gonna fuck with me, are you? That's my Pacino and Dog Day Afternoon.
I feel like I used to have a Pacino. Maybe one of the other episodes I'll drop it. I can
do with your fingernails for that inch. That's all I can do.
So
Old Pacino.
Judges table. Overall, everyone did pretty well. They all did pretty good. Other than Manny, who did a risotto. Oh well, he points out. He said, "I made a no with my risotto."
And that's not as good as ours, which is risotto. Ours is better.
That's way better. So Manny,
sorry,
if
you should have visited us in the writers' room, we'd have punched it up for you.
We would have punched it up for you. And also, if you come on the reunion with that T-shirt on and you make money off it, we're gonna fucking get our lawyers on your ass.
You're fucking sued, dude.
You can't make a worse version of our joke and make money off of it.
You're done, dude. We got the best lawyers in town. The cheapest lawyers in town.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so affordable.
And they don't get paid unless we get paid.
Oh yeah, no. That's the commercial.
They don't have any money.
Yeah, they don't. They're doing pretty poor. Yeah, it's kind of like Lionel Hutz situation.
Mm-hmm.
On top, Laura, Danny, of course, and Dan. This feels like our top 3, right? That will go on to be in the final.
You don't think Savannah's in there?
Savannah is the wild card here, right?
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this before. We are like, it's like this slow death of eventually Manny is going to get eliminated.
Yeah.
But I feel like Laura, Danny, Laura's the new one, so she has a little bit of a wild card element. But Danny and Dan, excuse me, have been very consistent.
Right. Yeah.
But Savannah is the wild card, so she could sneak in there. The winner, of course, is Laura. She does her rose, sour cherry, pistachio, and honey sauce with clouded ice cream, sour cherry, honey, blah, 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 meringue.
And the baklava, the life preserver.
Yes. On the bottom, Manny and Michelle.
Savannah, stay put.
Yes, Savannah, no. You just stay where you are. You were neither good nor bad. So think about that when you go home.
Your octopus was chewy.
Yeah. You shouldn't have eaten your teacher. The flavor of Manny's risotto is good, but the texture is bad. I think this is what kind of saves him here. Again, they did not factor in the quickfire at all.
Not gonna do
You
it.
know, with Michelle, it's just like everything didn't work together was another piece to it. So
Yeah.
if it had tasted good, I think it would have helped. But they were
Her
like,
weird biscuit thing wasn't a biscuit thing.
yeah, she had a bad day at the
Yeah.
office.
Yep, we all have them.
Sure, bad day at the
I had
office.
one like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I got to go home. Why are you going home? I'm having a bad day.
Awful day.
Not doing well. You're in the middle of a presentation. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing good. I didn't try. I didn't prep for it. I'm having a bad day. I gotta go home.
All right, I guess we'll see you on Monday.
Great. Should I finish this presentation for you? I don't know. I'm having a bad day.
Up to you. Your call.
So Michelle is eliminated. And that's the end of her.
She's not sad. She says she's proud that she got that far. She didn't think she'd get that far. She's proud of herself. I think that's a nice way to get eliminated from something.
Very positive. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before, but Last Chance Kitchen, it's the way that it is sequenced is so bad. They started too early and they ended too early.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like at this point should be the cutoff. She should be the last person in, and then someone should drop in right around the next episode or whatever.
Yeah.
But have been going the whole time. Not this people go in, come out, go in, and that's all.
No, it should be one person that comes in at the end.
Yeah.
Tom's he's been given too much power.
Yeah, it's gone to his head. Where is she now? Michelle Wallace, of course, Houston, Texas native. She's the owner of Between Sandwich Company in Houston. It looks like a lot of like pit and smoked food and sandwiches along with biscuits. Also, she was on the Food Network show, the BBQ Brawl. So,
Okay.
good for her.
Good for her. Thank you, Reeves, for your lovely recap of the episode. We love when you do that here. That's our favorite part of the show.
Of course.
Folks, with that, we're gonna call it a day. Thank you for spending this hour and 12 minutes with us. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Reeves, did you have fun?
I had a good time too, and it was more than 60 minutes or 66 minutes, I think, is our average that we were told. So, and I'm not sorry about it. Sometimes the episodes go long, but that's
we had content. We had content. Sorry. I'm not going to apologize for having content.
I got one more.
Okay, please.
I'm not Al Dente.
Wait. Go ahead. Sorry.
Parenthetical, I promise.
Why'd you leave that off? You didn't like it?
I forgot about it until just now.
You didn't write them down?
No, I wrote them down. I forgot about it, and then I was like, "Wait a second, isn't there another one?" And then I was like, "Oh, I'll end with this."
And when I say you forgot about them and you wrote them down, when you found them on the internet and read them.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. When I found the list of his songs. Yes. Yes.
All right, folks. So we're gonna go. Gosh, I never know how to wrap these things up. I always want to say something like insightful and smart and send people home with like a, get them smiling on the way out of here. Send them home happy,
My Julian's over you.
Bye.
Bye.
This is fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.